Hey beautiful, Sat Sri Akal मेरी भैनों. Thank you for coming to my channel to watch this video. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Evelyn. I'm one of the beauty influencers. I'm on social media all over, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You call it, I'm there. Okay, anyway, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a flawless makeup base. बहुत ज़्यादा मेरिया भैन मैंने मैसेज कर दिया कि साड़ी बेस जी है बहुत हैवी तो केकी लगती है. इन टुडेज़ वीडियो आई एम गोना कवर दैट हाउ यू शुड prep your skin and how you should choose your foundation, what tool you should choose to get that perfect flawless finish airbrush makeup base. I hope it makes sense. So how to achieve that pure airbrush look? Let's go ahead and learn that together and learn this together. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share this video. The more you will support, the more time I will put in order to create more videos, and I would very much appreciate this. Please, 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 please. Please support your brand and please subscribe to my channel and share my channel and tell all your family and friends to subscribe to me. Love you all, take care, and let's head to this video now. Hey beauties, सत श्री अकाल मेरी भैनों. So guess what, जो असी डिस्कस किया इंट्रो दे विच आपां तुहानूं दिखाण लगे हैं हुण कि फ्लॉलैस बेस किद्दां करी दी है. बहुत ज़्यादा लोग और बहुत ज़्यादा मेरिया भैणां यही मिस्टेक करदी हैं. So we're just gonna correct this today and show you guys how you can get a flawless airbrush looking base without doing too much hard work or without even using a airbrush device. Most important thing ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ याद रखनी है is the actual skin care. ਜਿਹੜੀ skin care prep है ना मेकअप तो पहला उस बहुत ही ज़्यादा मायने रखती है. वो बहुत ही important step है. जे ਤੁਸੀਂ वो नहीं सही तरीके ਨਾਲ करोगे ना ਤੁਸੀਂ जो मर्जी कर लो जिन्ना मर्जी expensive foundation use कर लो ਤੁਹਾਡੀ वो airbrush flawless finish नहीं आएगी. So skin care ਲਈ मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ most important step है दसूँगी कि you want to use a moisturizer ਜਿਹਦੇ ਚ hydration level बहुत ज़्यादा होवे, and also you always want to prep your under eye area with the eye cream and also apply a lip balm. Most important thing is ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ skin care ਕੀਤੇ more than 2 to 3 hours ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੈ, you need to apply a moisturizer, eye cream and a lip balm again so you have that hydration going before the foundation. Other thing, very important thing is you have to give at least ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है at least give 15 to 20 minutes, ideally 30 minutes, but if you do not have that much time, at least 15 to 20 minutes for your skin care to settle in your skin and not sit on top of the your skin, because जे सारा कुछ liquid है उधर तो तुसी liquid लगाओगे, it's all gonna start moving and it's all gonna be a mess. So you want to wait for your skincare to settle and go beneath the first layer instead of sitting on top layer, if you know what I mean. Okay, now मैं तुहानूं दसूँगी second step is actually using a primer or foundation choice and all of that. Jede tusi oily skin ho, of course you're gonna go for a matte foundation, but most important thing is if you are a oily skin or a combination skin, apply a mattifying primer. If you do not apply a mattifying primer, even after applying a matte foundation, sometimes you can notice throughout the day that a makeup jada wo bahut zyada oily or shiny lagega, so use a mattifying primer. However, on the other side, if you're a dry skin person or a dull skin person, follow these things. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply a glowy makeup serum. This you can add it in your skincare part as well. It doesn't have to be just before the makeup. You can add this in your moisturizer. You can add it as when you're doing your skincare. I'm using the Laneige one because I really like this. Okay, 95% of the time this product is really effective adding in your moisturizer, because it does give you a lot of glowiness, and because it's a primer serum, it kind of works like a gripping primer as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this first on my skin, as you can see. योर पर्पस इसलिए तुहानूं इदां लगना है कि मैं लेयरिंग बहुत छेती छेती कर रही हाँ, टाइम नहीं दे रही, पर ऑफकोर्स जो मैं विच जिहड़ा टाइम वेट कर रही हाँ वो भी फिल्म करन लगी तो यह वीडियो मे बी 10 या 12 मिनट्स की बजाय 30 minutes दी होएगी. So but you need to give at least minute or two for this particular product to settle in your skin. Then the next thing you're going to do is a blurring primer. Blurring primer is not absolutely necessary, but if you are an oily skin person or you have a large pores or a lot of fine lines, apply a blurring primer. This really helps to blur out all those problematic areas or all those problems on your face. Now, blurring primer le main jehda use kar rahi haan, that is from Huda Beauty. It's her Wish Glowish by Huda, and it's a silicone free blurring primer. I really like it. It's very hydrating as well. So what I usually do is I take a primer, rub it on my fingers first to just warm up the product a little bit. Once it's warmed up, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying where I have pores. Mainly I do it just on my nose, around the nose, on my smile lines, chin, and a little bit on my forehead, because we have signs of aging going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I'll be waiting for the primer to settle on my skin. Let's talk about foundation. Foundation choice is very important. If you are an oily skin person, you are more likely to lean towards matte or like more of a semi-matte kind of formulas. But if you are a dry skin person or you have a very dull skin, you want to go for more of a luminous finish, hydrating finish, that kind of a foundation for yourself. Now, most important thing is, jehda vi tusi foundation choose kar rahe ho, remember that if you're looking for more of a natural finish, you might want to avoid full coverage foundations, because full coverage tend to be means full coverage. Even though you thick layer thin layer bhi lagaoge na, it's gonna look a little bit heavy. But if you are planning to do a color correcting before applying your foundation, the reason why we do color correcting, of course, to correct those areas before we go with foundation, so ताकि सानू बहुत ज़्यादा foundation लगाने दी ज़रूरत ना होए. So the whole purpose of color correcting is so we don't have to apply a very thick layer of foundation. We will just fix everything what we need to fix before we go with foundation, so our base look really nice and natural and like our own skin. But if you're not going to do a color correcting and gonna go with straight with the full coverage foundation, you can certainly do that, but you might want to put a lot of hydration on your skin so you don't look dry, cakey and heavy, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's talk about it. I'm a very dry skin person and also a very sensitive skin, but today I'm actually going to use House of Labs Tricolon Skin Tech Foundation. Now this is a semi-matte foundation. Whether I say it's one of my favorite foundations, absolutely yes. Now if you're a dry skin person, why are you using a semi-matte? Because I have prepped my skin really well and given my skin a lot of hydration, that I don't mind going with this foundation, because it does, the formula for this foundation makes your skin look like airbrush without even doing a lot of shebang and everything. So I love the House of Labs one. We're gonna go ahead and use this one today. And the shade I'm using is 250, which is light medium neutral. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys today without the color corrector. We'll cover the color corrector part in a different video, but I'm gonna take at least 3 pump on my dish, as you can see, and you can still see how hydrating this foundation is because it's literally running. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about brushes. So if I want my base to look more like light to medium coverage, I will pick a brush which looks something like this. This is like a semi-dense brush. It's slightly fluffy as well, and it's slightly dense as well. So what this foundation does is, so if I want a light to medium coverage, this will give me a light to medium coverage. However, if I want a full coverage, I will go with something like this, which is a super duper dense brush. As you can see, my fingers are not pressing in, so it's a dense brush. Small amount of product will give me a full coverage look. So I'm going to show you both sides how it looks, so you can decide whichever one you want to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the application, and I like to do my application with a small flat brush, but jaruri nahi ki tanu aisi tarah karni. You can go straight with your foundation brush too, but I just prefer it this way. And I'm going to do exactly the same amount on both sides. so you can see what the difference is using two different type of brushes. So I'm gonna do same amount, जिन्नी इधर लाई है उन्नी मैं दूजे पासे कर देनी है faces. Okay, now on this side of the face I'm going to use Sephora Collection Pro Foundation brush in number 56, which is a bit of a semi dense brush, so it's fluffy as well and it's dense as well. So with this one I'm just literally gonna go a tapping motion and start blending this in my skin. Okay, I'm gonna do the same with my neck too. I'm using the Hourglass foundation brush on this side, and for this side I'm literally going to tap my brush on my face. Instead of strokes or anything, I'm just literally tapping. So just to show you guys the difference, this side is more of a light to medium coverage. If you look at very carefully, you can still see some of my blood veins and you can still see my skin a little bit. But if you look at this side, this is a totally full coverage side now because I use the dense brush. Even though I use the same amount of product on both sides, you can see the coverage on this side is much more. You cannot see any of my blood veins. Even on my neck you cannot see it, but if you look at on this side you can still see some blood veins, and even on my forehead you can see the difference immediately. The full coverage side you cannot see anything, but over here you can still see some of my dark spots and some of my hyperpigmentation on this side. So this is the difference. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna balance the whole thing out. I'm gonna use my Hourglass one and whatever left was foundation was left on my dish, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go one more layer on this side of my face so it matches with this side. It will give you, the small amount of foundation gives you a really nice full coverage and still looks really nice and thin and still looks like your own skin. So that's the whole concept. If you, a lot of time you see people base and you'll be like, oh, it doesn't even look like it, you're wearing a foundation. That's why, because they're using a very small amount in order to get that airbrush flawless finish look. So here you go मेरी भैनों, तुसी इतना flawless airbrush finish look achieve कर सकते हो by just following the few simple steps in your skincare, and of course a choice of brush, a choice of foundation, a choice of primer. मेरी भैनों, I hope you will find this airbrush flawless finish foundation based video helpful. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below and I'm happy to answer all of your questions. And I will see you guys next time in my next quick YouTube video. Love you all. Take care. Bye.